this is the problem in general with this summer, and I think this is actually having a big impact. You look at the right-hand side, and you've got Salah, you've got Wilson, you've got Shaqiri. They've just signed Elliott, who's obviously one for the future. If you could get if Pepe was a mirror image, and if Pepe was a right-footed player on the left, I think Liverpool would be banging for him, because they've only really got Sadio Mane on that left-hand side who can cut in on his right foot, but it really feels a little bit right side heavy at the moment. And if Mane was to get injured, I think Liverpool would be in a fair bit of bother, because there is no real direct replacement. Whereas at least if Salah got injured, I mean, I think it's a big drop off. It's too much for a drop off. But you're looking at Shaqiri and you're looking at Wilson, so I feel like that is a big part to play as well. The fact that Pepe is that type of player.
Yeah.
What Liverpool needs is one realistic late signing that we could make this year that could fit into the squad, and you think will improve us and not just be a solid bench warmer. For me, it's a player who can play on the left of the front three, but also do a stint up front to give Firmino's legs a rest. So we're almost an upgrade on Origi. I've got no problem with Origi still being here. I think he's a Liverpool legend. I think he's still got an important thing. We know about his conversion rate. What was it, 41% he ended up with last season? He's not far off it this season, this pre-season as well. But I think you need that player, as you say, who can challenge in the front three, but specifically who can challenge Mane. And I think it's probably Timo Werner. But it surprises me that he's got 1 year left in his contract and there doesn't seem to be any movement whatsoever for him anywhere.
That's what I was going to say. It's definitely worth noting.
What's that all about?
That all the rumours that were surrounding Werner have been completely silent for the whole summer. He's got 1 year left on his deal. Leipzig, by all accounts, wanted to sell him because they've got to cash in. They're the type of club that can't afford to let players go for free. That's completely silent. I find that very, very weird.
Surely Bayern had won him.
Yeah, and I
know that sounds really simplistic, but surely Bayern Munich will be. I mean, they've done it with Lewandowski. They've done
unless,
it with
unless they know they can't get him for whatever reason. I don't know what it is, but it's very weird. And I spoke before as well about Liverpool being super efficient and things like that. Waiting a year to get him on a free would be extremely clever. It epitomised Liverpool's business in the past couple of seasons, because that would be very, very shrewd, clever business. It just means we're going 1 more year, just risking risking the health of the front three. And it's worth saying as well, though, that like it's unlikely that 2 or 3 of those players in our attack are going to get injured at the same time. So let's say Mane gets injured for about 5 games. Then Brewster comes in for 5 games, or Origi comes in for 5 games.
Or you move Firmino out to the right, to the left, which isn't ideal, and then you move.
Or Shaqiri comes in for 5 games. You still got Alisson behind you. You still got Fabinho there. You still got Van Dijk there. Still got Salah. Still got. So, is it really going to impact us that much? One player coming out for 3 or 4 games, maybe. It'd only really kill us if it was like a De Bruyne-esque injury, whereby the player was persistently out for a long period of time, and his numbers couldn't be made up for over an extended period.